Hi, I'm Scott Flowers with Cloud Ninjas. Today we're here to continue our series on the Dell PowerEdge R620 server. In this video we're going to specifically focus on network cards. Let's get going. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by today to learn a little bit more about the Dell PowerEdge R620 server. Do us a favor if you find anything in this video useful, click that like and smash that subscribe. All right, well, let's get rolling. So we're going to cover NIC or network cards today. We're going to go over a couple of different options. First off, you have the daughter cards, which is what we recommend. That there's a built-in slot in the back, and we'll show you how to install that in a few minutes. The daughter card, and then there's also the PCIe version. Both are great options. Personally, we prefer the daughter card for a number of reasons. One, like I said, there's a slot carved out, so you don't have to use one of your PCIe slots, so you save a PCIe slot for something else. And two, there's 4 ports as opposed to 2 ports, so it's a great option overall, and it's generally a little bit cheaper in price, so that is the way that we recommend. Okay, so with the daughter cards and the network cards, you can use generally 2 different options as far as the connections, RJ45 or SFP plus. You can also get 1 gigabit per second or 10 gigabit per second. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you the different options, and we're going to kind of break down what you can get with them. Alright, so let's go over the different options. First off, at the very end of the video, we're going to put up a list that shows all of the different options, because there are a ton of different options. We just wanted to put some of the main options up. So over here, this is a 4-port 1 gigabit per second RJ45. This one's my personal favorite. It's 4 ports. 2 of them are for 10 gigabit and 2 of them are for 1 gigabit. Again, RJ45. And then you have a very common one, highly used over here as well, which is 4 ports. 2 of them are 1 gigabit RJ45 and 2 of them are 10 gigabit SFP plus. Okay, so these are the daughter cards. This is what we recommend because, again, there's a slot in the back for them that we'll show you how to install here in a second. And then back here we have 2 options that are your PCIe version. Okay, so this one is dual port, and it is dual 10 gigabit per second RJ45, and this one is also dual port, and it's 10 gigabit per second SFP plus. All of them are honestly great options. Again, like I said, I kind of always lean towards the daughter card just because there's a carved out space for it, a little bit cheaper, and you get 4 ports. But again, to each their own, all are great options. So we're going to show you how to install both of them right now. Alright, so here's the 2 options. We're going to start with the daughter card. So first things first, pop the latch, take the top off, just like we've done in every video so far. Very simple. Alright, so back here you will see this is the section that is carved out for your daughter card. Alright, so we are going to need a screwdriver, which we'll grab here in a second. So we're going to take out the 2 risers. So we're going to take out riser 1. So I grab right here and here, and then just lift straight up, put it to the side, and then we're going to take this riser out as well. Alright, and once that is out, we are going to install our daughter card. Alright, so first things first, you want to make sure you have it faced this way. I like to take the ports and put them in first. So you're going to want to kind of maneuver it a little bit to get it in here. Sometimes it can get stuck a little bit over here. And once you get it in, you're going to want to come straight down. Okay, and you know you've got it all the way in if it's not catching on this plastic. If it's catching on the plastic, then back here is not fully inserted. Okay, so once you get it in, you want to push these 2 buttons down to get it fully in, and then we're going to go ahead and screw it in. Okay, so we'll just grab our trusty screwdriver, and we're going to make sure that this is fully inserted into the board. So we're just going to screw this down. It'll take a second here, nothing too crazy, until you feel it get nice and snug, and you got to stop. And we're going to go ahead and screw it down over here as well, and it will take a second. It's a decently long screw, nothing too crazy, but again, we'll just screw it down until it gets nice and tight. I like to go back to the 2 blue buttons and push them back down. I shouldn't call them buttons, but the 2 blue dots, just to make sure everything is nice and firm, okay? And then once you do that, you're simply just going to put your risers back on, which is nice and easy overall. So we'll go ahead and, so there's a a plastic hole back here that I like to line up first, so I'll put that in and then line everything else up, and then just go ahead and push it down till it's nice and flush. You do have the intrusion sensor here, but everything will be nice and flush. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we are going to put riser 1 back on. So you need to make sure you have it lined up the proper direction. We're going to have everything nice and flush here, and just push this straight down. Alright, so now we're going to do the PCIe version. So we're just going to pop our latch and take the top off, just like we've done over and over. So we're going to come over back to the riser 1 that we actually just put in the last part of our video, and we're going to take this back out. Lift it straight up. We're going to need to remove the bracket here in order to be able to install our card. So we're going to take this blue clip and we're going to lift this up, and then we are going to take our bracket out. Okay, and I do recommend saving these. You can always use these later down the line. So then we're just going to come in and we're going to line everything up. So this the tip right here needs to be installed properly, and then of course all the leads need to be lined up. So really it's simple, but it's just all a matter of lining everything up. And once you get everything lined up, you're simply just going to click it in, and you'll see the leads are fully inserted there, and the bracket is nice and flush over here. So once you get it all nice and flush, you're going to close the blue clip to make sure it is fully inserted and keep everything in properly. So once that's done, so now we're just going to install the riser card back in. So it's a matter of just lining everything up perfectly, get it nice and flush, and then just making sure the leads are fully inserted, and you'll feel right here it's nice and flush, and that's how you would install the PCIe version. Well, thanks for stopping by today to learn a little bit more about NIC cards and network cards as a whole. If you find anything in this video useful, click that like, smash that subscribe. And if you're looking to upgrade the network card in your system, or you just want even a custom-built Dell, HPE, Supermicro, Cisco, you name it, we'd love the opportunity to earn your data center's business. Please email us at sales@cloudninja.com. That's sales@cloudninja.com. Thanks again for stopping by. Take care, guys.